thinking about moving to Chattanooga and you're trying to find out if all the things that make Chattanooga so wonderful outweigh the things that make it suck, well, you're at the right place. In this video, I'm discussing all the best parts of Chattanooga and the worst. And we're getting to it right now. What's up, everybody? This is Aaron Drake Jr. with the Live in Chattanooga team. I'm partnering with Choice Homes and we are powered by EXP. If this is your first time here and you want to learn everything there is to know about what it's really like to live here in the Chattanooga area and all the places that will fit your lifestyle best, start now by subscribing to this channel and tap that notification bell so that you can tell every time we release a new video. As always, I want to start by thanking everybody that's been reaching out and allowing our team to help them relocate here to the area comfortably. And let me tell you, we're loving it. We even like talking to the people that find out that Chattanooga isn't quite for them, but that's cool because there are plenty of places around Chattanooga that will fit most lifestyles. And with just a little information from you, we can place you right where you need to be the first time. But we can't get you there until you reach out. So give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, or weekends, it doesn't matter. We got your back. We're moving to chat. First thing we're gonna talk about are the views. And no, I don't mean how many times people watch this. I'm talking about the beautiful scenic views. Here in Chattanooga, you can be downtown, you can be somewhere in the valley, looking at just like the beautiful range. You can be down south, closer to Georgia, and see Lookout Mountain. You can be on top of the mountain and even get to look off and see these beautiful freaking views, man. I've been back 3 times. This is my 3rd time. And that's one of the things that never gets old to me. I really think a lot of the natives here take it for granted. Like they're used to seeing it, that, you know, it's just normal to them. But to somebody like me, I love it. And I'm gonna try to showcase as much of that as possible on this channel. So be on the lookout for that. And if you know any specific places that you might like me to get footage of, comment down below if you've heard about something, because places like Rock City and Ruby Falls, I will have footage of those type of places for y'all. Thinking about being down in Georgia, right before you get into Georgia, you have a city called St. Elmo. It sits right at the base of Lookout Mountain. You ride up Lookout Mountain to get to Rock City and also Ruby Falls. There are a few other attractions up there as well. But if you're coming from St. Elmo, down in St. Elmo, before you go up Lookout Mountain, right there you'll have the incline, which is a railway that goes up to the top of Lookout Mountain, almost to the top, basically to the top. And you get the shop in the museum there. If you're looking to go to into Ruby Falls or going to Rock City from up there, you will have to ride back down. It is not walking distance. You can get to Point Park. I would consider that maybe walking distance. I wouldn't like to walk that far, but I mean, it's walking distance. If you want to get to Ruby Falls or Rock City, you're gonna have to ride the ride back down to the bottom and then ride up. And you're gonna want to do that regardless, because the scenic route of going all the way up, let alone you're going through a bunch of real tight turns up the mountain. Once you get to the top, it's worth it. It's like it opens up like Lion King or something. Yeah, Lion King. You have lakes, rivers. You got the Tennessee River, beautiful. You get to walk over it. You have the Walnut Street Bridge. Right downtown, you have 3 main bridges. You have the Veterans Bridge, then you have in the middle, you'll have the Walnut Street Bridge, and then you have the Market Street Bridge. Now the Veteran and the Market Street Bridge, vehicles travel across them. The one in the middle is the Walnut Street Bridge, is only pedestrian traffic. People bike, they'll walk, run, get exercise, and you're connecting North Chattanooga to downtown Chattanooga. Essentially, it's like taking the best of both worlds, especially when you live in North Chat. You can run across, ride across, or however you want to commute across the bridge, and right there you're in downtown, full of different places to eat, shop or whatnot. And then you're right there at home if you want to like bar hop. You'll see a lot of paintings or memorials. Memorials, is that the word? Murals. Yeah, that's the word. Maybe. Whatever I'm trying to say, comment it down below. Y'all let me know how to say it. beautiful paintings that people do on the side of buildings, like the EPB building has a couple of beautiful paintings. You'll catch them all down the historic district on ML King. I'm gonna try to showcase a bunch of these. You'll find it all over the city. And if you want to learn more about that, you can look into ArtsBuild. I think it's artsbuild.com. If that's not the exact one, I'll link it below. But they have their hands in a lot of the art displays that go around Chattanooga. They actually give out, I think it's kind of like a scholarship deal where you apply and you get approved. You get like a budget to spend on your project, and then you get to create your project and put it on display somewhere in the city. I think it's a pretty cool idea. Leave an imprint on the city. One of my favorite views I had when I first moved here, when you're coming in from Mississippi, from where I'm from, I'm coming in on 24 East. You're coming around what's called the Bend. Around the Bend, when you're going into Chattanooga, it bends around to the left, and you see the mountain range directly to the right of you. It's almost like you can reach out and touch it. At least that's what it looked like from my memory. Then you have the Tennessee River on the left of you. So you're riding through and you have that beautiful scenic view, and then you're coming around like along the water, and then you have these old buildings that you can tell were like big business. Now, I tapped on it earlier, but I want to talk about Rock City. Rock City, I think it's like Rock City Gardens is what it's called, but it's a man-made stone. It's like people lived in there. Like, so you're inside the mountain. And I remember specifically the day I went, my little sister came up from Mississippi with her husband and her kids. We went to Rock City, hot, sweating, standing in line, waiting. But when you get into Rock City and you get into the mountain or cave or the structures that they had created, it was cool. You could feel the wind blowing. It was, and especially when it's hot. And there are certain places during the maze where you walk out at like maybe a balcony, and you're just overlooking on the side of the mountain. Next thing I want to talk about is the weather. And the weather is a pro and a con. I'm gonna let you know why. The weather there are beautiful things about it, and then there are not so beautiful things. They suck. Just put it like that, they suck. My favorite seasons are the spring and the fall here. I love the beautiful foliage of all the flowers and the trees, especially like I was referring to the mountains earlier. And then the fall, when everything's changing colors and it's finally cooling down. Probably Chattanooga's favorite season is probably summer. There's a lot going on. You have nightfall that's fixing to come up with all of the concerts and live bands. So the summers are super hot, super humid. Then you got the winter. The winter, they're short. At least you can say that. They are short, but it rains an average of like 100 days a year here. And most of those days are during the winter. So you can just imagine wet winters. If it happens to snow, a lot of stuff shuts down. Like the city doesn't move. There's not gonna be a lot of traffic. Schools are closed. Stuff like that, you know. If you live on the mountain, you have a higher chance of getting snow. What's funny is we'll have a bunch of people who will have snow on the mountain, but we didn't have snow down in the valley, anywhere that you live around Chattanooga, and they would have snow, maybe you could see like 3-4 inches of snow on somebody's vehicle, and you just automatically assume here, oh, they live on the mountain, you know, probably Lookout Mountain, Signal Mountain. Another con is because it rains an average of 100 days a year, that's like almost a third of the year, there's a lot of flooding that happens in Chattanooga. Historically, Chattanooga had a huge flooding problem to the point that they had to reconstruct about 40 blocks of the downtown area and actually build on top of the original first floor, which is now the first floor, but it was the second floor. Because of this shift in the primary level, we now have what's called underground Chattanooga. There's a lot of controversy around this topic because a lot of people don't know if it's true or not. You know, where they have, you can see like articles and videos that people talk about it, but there's not much physical evidence to back up what was said. But I worked at Big River Grill downtown, and Big River Grill was actually one of the I guess if you knew about the store, then the chances are you probably knew that Big River Grill has an access point to it. And I've been down there, and I know that there was some type of civilization that happened underground that could not be explained other than the supportive evidence of this story. That's how much of a problem flooding is here in Chattanooga. Another bad thing, tornadoes. Now they don't hit often. They say it's supposed to hit like every 7 to 10 years. I've lived here a total of about 8. I've witnessed 2 devastating tornadoes. One hit in the East Brainerd area some years ago, and another one hit in the Ringo, Georgia area, which is basically a part of Greater Chattanooga. When I say devastating tornadoes, I mean it knocked, cleared houses out. I had a friend who had an apartment, and she sent me a picture of a car sitting in her window. Another thing, even though I said spring is one of my favorite seasons, and it still is, one of the things that you should be aware of is the allergies. Even if you've never suffered from allergies a day in your life, you might be victim when you move here because of the large range of foliage, all the flowers, the plants, the trees, the streams. Because of all this, there's a lot of pollen, and that pollen can cause allergies. Tell me, if you suffer from allergies, tell me how bad is it? One of the pros about Chattanooga, Tennessee is the business development mindset that the city has. This city wants you to thrive. They put resources in place for you to thrive. And there's almost, if you're looking to start a small business, or you have a small business that you're working on scaling and growing, Chattanooga is the place for it. Let's start by talking about the TSBDC. That's the Tennessee Small Business Development Center. Now, this organization has resources for you to scale your business properly. They get you in front of the right people. You have counselors that walk you through processes. You know, it's a no-brainer. Then you have the SBA, that this organization helps you get government contracts. So if your business is washing cars or something, go get you a government contract with the fire department or something and clean off, you know, or anything. Next thing that makes Chattanooga so business friendly is EPB. Now, EPB started a smart grid system many years ago. They made it available to the residential public in 2009. I think, yes, 2009. Now they have the 1 gig system, which they have also recently upgraded to even getting 10 gigs. So 10 times what was essentially already almost instant. Having those type of capabilities through their fiber optic system makes it unbelievable for your broadband. So if you have a software company, any kind of startup, tech companies, you want to test your software, troubleshooting, all of that, Chattanooga is the place for it. Because of this technology, they had Chattanooga coined the Gig City. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about are the attractions. And I already mentioned Rock City. We talked about that. You got Ruby Falls, one of the largest underground waterfalls, the Tennessee Aquarium. Now I'm gonna give y'all a little history about the Tennessee Aquarium. Now, years ago, before Chattanooga was what Chattanooga is today, it was once coined the dirtiest city in America, I think, something like that. It was horrible, to say the least. It was no secret, you know, everybody knew it. It just took somebody to say it before Chattanooga was like, oh, you're right, we are dirty. Since then, some very strong people in power took it upon themselves to start what's called Project Vision 2000, to where they decided they was going to revitalize the city and turn the city around. These people connected with, I think, about 2,000 citizens of the city and got their input on how they want to move forward with this vision of the city. So they gave the citizens power and say so on what changes were going to happen in the city. This was probably mid to late 1980s. And once this took action, the first thing that they did was they made a domestic violence shelter. That was the first project implemented on the Project Vision 2000. I think I'm saying that right. The second thing that was implemented, was done, or the biggest thing I should say, is the aquarium, which they spent about $45 million, if I remember correctly, on starting the aquarium, which is probably by far one of the biggest attractions that Tennessee has. It is one of the largest saltwater aquariums, I think, in the Southeast. It's ranked number 4 in the country, and it's ranked number 8 in the world. One of the next things that they did, they created the IMAX theater, which is another cool attraction. Probably not as popular as the aquarium, but still gotta go see nice movies in there. And then right by the IMAX theater, you also have the Children's Museum, which is one of the next things that were implemented in the Vision 2000 project. We got the hiking, you have mountain biking trails, hiking trails, you go swimming, boating. There's plenty of festivals, especially now it's summertime. I think Ironman is gonna be here. Ironman is huge. By far one of the hugest events that Chattanooga holds. So if you're in running, biking, and swimming, you know, the big 3, you need to look into Ironman, the Ironman competition. I look at them as like elite, because if you can finish those races, man. One of the next pros of living here in Chattanooga, Tennessee is the location. You know what they say, location, location, location. Chattanooga is located it's a southeastern city in Tennessee that's located along the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. It's a long range of mountains. In this area, like, we're surrounded by like basically so many hubs. You have Knoxville, Nashville, Birmingham, Huntsville. You have Atlanta. You can take trips. You can take what's called day trips. Spend you 3 hours on the road, make it there, enjoy yourself 3 or 4 hours, and then you drive back. And you basically went on a mini vacation. You'll like it. It's cool. Next thing I want to talk about, it's a pro too, is the hospitality. Like, here in Chattanooga, people are so friendly. Like, I already talked about how business accepting Chattanooga is. And with that, people are just like, their hospitality, like, they're just so open there. Like, you walk around, people say, hey, strangers. I have conversations with strangers all the time. One of the biggest reasons strangers walk up to me is because of my dreads, which I think is like awesome, you know? So I'll be standing, just like I'll be walking downtown. Someone say, oh my God, I love your hair. I love your dreads. And some people want to touch them and they want to know how long I've had them, but random people, and they're open. They want to know. Me, I'm an introvert. So I don't just engage people. So for somebody to just engage me, I need that. I wasn't that guy. I'm more of that guy now, but because I know the benefits of talking to people and learning these new people, their stories and stuff, it's different now. But naturally, it's not me. Trust me. Like, people, like, they're so open. They wave, ask you how your day's going, and they actually want to know, you know, instead of just, you know, yeah, I'm doing good. How are you? Doing good. No, they really want to know. So it's very interesting if you're not used to that. There's plenty of people that I know. I have a friend. She's actually from Florida. She's traveled all over, lived a bunch of places, and she says she's never been embraced like the people that have embraced her in this area. So That's something I think speaks highly of the culture of Chattanooga. You still have your riffraff and everything everywhere else, which will bring me to my last point. But the hospitality is, this one is one of them ones. This is definitely a con. I hate it. What am I talking about? The traffic. Chattanooga's growing. It's growing a lot. It's no secret. Everybody know it. Chattanooga's growing. There are houses going up all over, new construction in the East Brainerd area, new construction in Hickson. So you got a lot of places that are thriving. The economy is, when I say the economy, I'll say the real estate market is thriving. It's booming right now. So with that said, that lets you know that a lot of people are moving here, and because people are moving here, there's a lot more cars on the road. Chattanooga actually just went through about a couple of years of reconstruction to the interstate system to hold this growth, and I almost feel like they need to do it again. Like, it took years for it to get done, but it's still traffic. And I know it's a lot better than it used to be because of that, or a lot better than it would be. But still, man, I'm impatient. I need yesterday to be last year, and I need tomorrow to be right now. I don't know. I don't wanna freaking traffic. I don't have road rage. I will put somebody in their place. But I don't have road rage, man. Traffic's not one of them things I like. Like, okay, so you have certain areas of town that you can just automatically know. I'll give you some examples. East Brainerd area, East Brainerd Road. From the time that you turn off of Brainerd Road / Lee Highway, when you turn off of Brainerd Road / Lee Highway onto East Brainerd Road, if it is high traffic hours, early in the morning, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you can expect East Brainerd to be backed up from the front to the back, all the way down. Any part that's not backed up, lucky you. And also, with that said, that runs perpendicular with East Brainerd Road, you have Gun Barrel Road, which is congested with shopping, restaurants, bars, boutiques, fast food, everything. So Gun Barrel Road is usually backed up as well. On the other side of Gun Barrel Road, you have Shaliford Road. Right there, getting off of 75 north onto Shaliford Road, it's gonna be backed up right there. Coming out of Georgia into Tennessee, on 75 north, backed up. And that area, that specific spot, you can just about guarantee that it's gonna be backed up. And it's gonna be backed up all the way until the split, till it turns off to the left going to downtown, and it'll still be backed up right there. When it splits, if you're splitting off going towards Cleveland or Knoxville, then once it splits off, once you get onto 24, it is open. No, I mean, once you stay on 75 there, it's open. And it won't get closed up until you get to the Bonnie Oaks exit, leaving from the Bunny Oaks area to Ottawa area. And if you don't know some of these areas, it's vital that you reach out so that you can understand which of these areas is going to fit your lifestyle and which isn't. But you have to give us a call, send us a text, send us an email. It doesn't matter, days, nights, or weekends. We got your back. We're moving to chat. I got one more point to bring to y'all. The last thing that I can definitely do without is the crime in Chattanooga. Now, if you look online, you can see that the numbers show that Chattanooga is around twice as high as the national crime rate average. And I want to say that that's really like secluded to certain areas and certain neighborhoods, and for the most part it is. But with that said, in today's world, things are happening like some of everywhere. Just a few days ago, downtown Chattanooga, we had a mass shooting. I think there were 8 people who got shot. I think it was right in front of the aquarium. So, and they were all kids. So that's very, very devastating. I do want to send my condolences out to that family, as everybody should. Send your prayers. You know, anybody that's close to them, help them grieve comfortably, because I couldn't imagine. Like, so with that said, the crime rate is definitely something to think about. Now, me personally, I don't get out much. I don't go and hang out in the wrong places. I try not to hang around the wrong crowds, or any crowds for that matter. But I just don't see that much crime happening when I'm moving around. It's very rare. I've been in bars where people got rowdy, but that's probably usually like the most of it, and usually just alcohol involved. I will say, here in the area that I live, there was a young man who got shot in the head about a month ago, that was basically right here at home. So that one really hit me. It made me, feel some type of way. But things happen everywhere. Even back in Meridian, Mississippi, where I'm from, I hear that the crime rate there right now is horrible. So I'm probably doing good where I'm at, but still, this stuff happens anywhere. But there are certain areas that you have to stay out of, and certain areas that are more safer than others. And we can't get you that information until you reach out. So when you're ready, let us know. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, or weekends. You know what we say. We got your back. We're moving the chat. Till next time, y'all stay blessed.